So here we go. Take a look at the side of Team Spirit. They go Necro into the Drow. And then Tiny picked up here. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by the beats that they're playing. Tiny picked up here for Team Empire. Banning out the Wisp, the Wraith King, and the Winter Wyvern. Phoenix, Mirana, and Weaver banned out for Spirit despite taking the Necro and the Drow. But they banned the Weaver, and I don't know, last time they went Weaver Drow. This time they'll go Necro Drow. So let's see. Ogre Magi gets picked up here with the Tiny. Again, I feel like it's leaning towards possibly coming into the fact that they want to go Terrorblade. Tiny's one of those heroes that you're opening up space. So, Visage banned out. Pugna banned out. The question is this going to be Bad Ogre or Koos Ogre? If you guys don't know that reference to Koos, best Ogre Magi player in the entire world. Just ask him about it. But I can't think with this music. Going into reserve time here, see what they want to ban, and I would say ban the Storm. This could be off lane Necro, safe lane Drow, could go mid Storm. Would be fine taking away the Storm, honestly. But they instead ban the Undying. And then ban coming out from Team Spirit as they've got the Ogre Magi and the Tiny. The Terrorblade wouldn't be a bad ban in my opinion. Let's see. Go PL. That's another one of those heroes that you want to just make space for. Makes sense. Another Mojito coming out for these guys? Just completely switched out. Just a quick refill. Beverage service. And they all take a sip. Where's my Mojito? This is ridiculous. Windrunner picked up here for Team Spirit. I mean, look at that. That looks refreshing. A little bit of mint in there. Some ice. Got some citrus. That's ridiculous. I'm sitting here in a bedroom. Those guys are getting mojitos at a studio. Send one over. Ship it over. This is ridiculous. Pick up the Bat Rider for the off lane here. I think that moves Tiny mid. And then Ogre in the 4. And we'll see what Team Spirit want to do as they've gone Windrunner, Drow, Necro. They could go Venge. Venge could go picked up in the 5. Windrunner going to be here in the 4. Drow safe lane. Necro will see if that's mid or off lane. Let's see. 50 seconds left. Could get the stun in Venge. Weaver's already banned out. Storm mid. They could still pick up the Storm. I mean, they've got a lot of options over mid, honestly. And they actually go Legion Commander, so Necro might move over mid. Legion off lane. Let's see what's coming out. Fourth here for Team Empire. They still need a safe laner. I think that Phantom Lancer was a good choice. I don't know if you really want to go to this Terrorblade anymore now with the lockdown of the Legion. You've got lockdown from the Bat Rider. You want something to maybe follow this up. You could go Terrorblade. But instead they'll go the TA. I checked my Spotify just to make sure this is in my music. I really don't understand this. It's definitely them. I have no idea what's going on. But TA picked up here. That's going to be up against Necro, I would assume, with Legion Commander in the offlane. Unless they move over some of these heroes from Team Spirit. But I mean, Legion's going to stay there in the offlane. I don't think you move Necro from the core position. Windrunner in the 4. And Drow safe lane. So you still need your 5 from Team Spirit. Unless they completely change it up. Interested to see what this last ban is as the Veno gets banned out by Team Spirit. They're going to ban out the Huskar. So they ban the Huskar. Wonder what they're thinking Spirit's going to do with this draft, unless I'm completely missing things here. See what this last pick is from Empire. I would try to bounce ideas off myself as my co-caster, but it's kind of tough. Or I could listen to these guys. But that's kind of tough. They're muted as well. We're trying here. I'm just kind of baffled from the Huskar ban. I don't think Spirit are picking a core in this spot unless they're moving either Legion or Necro into a 4 role in Windrunner 5. But as for Empire, I mean, they're looking... Okay. So this Tiny becomes... Or maybe the Bat Rider becomes a 4. Tiny in the offlane, Clink safe lane, Templar Assassin mid. Huh. Well, let's see what Spirit want to do to finish this off. So they've already got Legion, Windrunner, Drow, and Necro. I mean, I kind of like Venge. It's more lockdown, swap. Venge aura with the Drow aura. if they're going to go for a support. But I don't know. Clinks just got picked up from Empire when I thought they were pretty done on cores, but they moved somebody here on the 4. And they go Jakiro. Okay. So Chappie here on the Clinks, Kuman on the TA, Seiyu on the Tiny, Madden on the Ogre. Interesting. And then G on the Jakiro? F and G on the Necro? Mid Jakiro? What? Is that a misclick? Are they remaking? Am I being lied to? Am I sleep deprived enough to believe this? I mean, the Jakiro's not bad against the TA, right? It's not awful. I just don't expect it. We'll see if Jakiro gets stomped on. I could be completely wrong here. This is kind of nuts. Well, Kuman's the 1, actually. And Chappie's the mid, so the Clinks mid TA1. Huh. Oh. Ugh. Kicking in with that beat for a split second. Sounding good. But we'll see how this ends up. As, I mean, I'm excited to see G mid here with this Jakiro. See how this goes against the TA. We'll see if they are remaking. I mean, I don't think they are. I think Jakiro is perfectly fine in this situation. Oh, hold on. We've got another message. Everybody shush. I'm going to be able to read the sign this time. Bkop, go to bed. Got it. We're good. In-game sounds, guys. Production. Please. Guys. Okay. So, I'm going to do the sound effects here, too. It's going to be really shitty. Till we get sound back, I'm going to message them right now and tell them that there's no sound on the stream. And, no sound on stream. There we go. I've now messaged them to make sure that they know that this is no sound at the moment. But we take a look over at Biver. It's going to be on this Windrunner. And then Jakiro, yeah, Jakiro's going over mid. They've also got the Drow here in the off lane with the Necro. And then Legion farming over in the safe lane. As for Empire, it's the TA mid, like I thought originally, even though it... There we go. Ooh, we're getting a little bit of sound. I don't need my sound effects anymore. It's FNG getting hit here by the Ignite, and I don't know why he turned there, but Ogre's going to beat you with that big club as he's chasing FNG, just pushing him back as much as he can. That is not a core Necro. So it'll be interesting to see how this Necro actually ends up working for them. How this Jakiro is going to work over mid, too. Biver hit with 4 stacks of sticky napalm right now, as he's still sitting over towards mid. But Bat Riders here continues to spot him, making sure this courier does not come out and get killed off, as you've got Kuman over mid against G on this Jakiro. But I'm definitely excited to see where this goes. Split into 3 lanes really quickly. Dual Breath on Nakumin. Just burning away at the moment. G doing a really good job here over mid. The Ignite comes out on a Hester Joe, who's actually swapped. FNG taking a little bit of those searing arrows. A lot of damage there. A hit with the Ignite. The chase is on from Madden, looking for the first blood. There's the Death Pulse. One more shot. We'll get the kill bottom for first blood. First blood's here for Empire. I haven't really seen much from this Empire squad personally. It'll be interesting to see it here. And, oh, gee, again. He's sitting down at about a third health. As Kumin using these side blades to really mess with G, but he still has that dual breath, as well as the liquid fire. Liquid fire hits on Nakumin once again. G sitting here 2 and 3. Not exactly doing amazing against this TA, who's 10 and 7. Fire Blast comes out on an FNG, forcing out the Ghost Shroud. Hesta Joe hitting away at Chappie on this Clinks, and now you've got the Ignite with the Death Pulse coming out once again. FNG, all it can do is really Death Pulse. Basically, out of mana is the Ogre. We take a look over mid once again, and Kumin a level ahead of G at the moment. Doing a really good job with those 10 denies, and now actually the toss comes out with 3 stacks of sticky napalm on top of him. Skitter trying to run away, but Maposhka here with the Firefly to burn away this drought. Now it's 2-0 in favor of this Empire squad, and G's really starting to fall behind here. Level 5 for Kumin, 14 denies. Jakiro just getting slammed, while Madden, I believe, sacrifices himself to tower on purpose. Meanwhile, has the Joe level 3, FNG level 3. I don't know if I like this. With how far ahead the TA is. I mean, Blink's inevitable. We'll see how quickly that comes out, because as you see, he's going Wand into the boots with the Blightstone as well. We'll see when Blink Dagger finally becomes available for the TA, or if the TA and when the TA is going to move, so we'll definitely have to see. But replay of this kill over top, I guess. We lose all sound. Goosh, Avalanche comes out, the toss, throwing him up. Well, boosh, he hits the ground. The shackle comes through, but not enough damage. And not enough with that shackle to survive, and ends up dropping. So they get the kill there. On to Biver on this Windrunner. And Maposhka just continuing to harass Skitter with the sticky napalm as well as the Firefly. Knight comes through on the FNG. Well, it's 1 searing arrow just for good measure. But FNG is in fact taking a lot of damage. Of course, does have that Death Pulse to work with. So we'll see if he's able to survive here. They look over at Hesta Joe for a moment as the Fire Blast comes out. They've got the strafe. Press the attack is used. Hesta Joe, one more shot. Doesn't end up dying. Now the Ghost Shroud on top of Chappie. Madden running in towards FNG. Ghost Shroud used with the Death Pulse. The damage heavy from the Searing Arrows. Madden, he's got to be careful too. I want to see where this TA is in front of G on this Jakiro. Madden sitting low, FNG. Taking Heartstopper aura damage. Or was. But then the Necro went a little bit deeper into their jungle. And ends up sacrificing himself to the tower. Obviously, you guys don't need to see that. So for right now, Empire with the 1,000 net worth lead. Just over Spirit at the moment. Seiyu, I'd like to see him get a blink as soon as he can, or maybe just some sort of mobility item here as the Gust comes out onto 2. They'll kill off Miposhka. They'll look for a second in the Tiny. Frost Arrow slowing him down. Biver with the chase as well as FNG. The rotation for the Necros should be good enough to get this kill with the power shot coming through. And FNG does get the final shot here onto this Tiny. 2 kills for the side of Team Spirit over top. Kumin level 8, still 2 levels ahead of G on this Jakiro. Finishes off the Aquila, going into the Blightstone, as well as the Treads. Taking a lot of damage here. I mean, FNG's here, but what is he doing? Nothing. Kumin just gets the kill on G. Alright, that was worth it. And FNG's just possibly dead here, too. Ghost Shroud, Death Pulse, press the attack. A lot of heal coming out. Kumin in a little bit of trouble. They'll take out Madden. So instead of FNG being dead, they turn the whole thing. Get the kill onto the Ogre Magi. So, FNG taking a lot of damage once again. This Kumin has this double damage, actually works onto G for a moment. The Meld Strike had done quite a bit to FNG. The Ghost Shroud comes out again. Dual Breath through. FNG in trouble, or G in trouble once again. And he ends up dropping, but post-death will get the kill there on to Kumin. Fire Blast through on FNG. He's still level 7, but doesn't have enough mana for that Reaper Scythe. Win run, Gus coming out, Miposhka, Seiyu coming over, Avalanche through, but the Tiny is dead. Power Shot flies in from Biver. Miposhka might get this kill, but it's probably going to come at the expense of his life. He's trying to burn down Skitter, and now he's got the lasso. He might actually be successful with this. 3 stacks of sticky napalm, now 4 stacks, and the damage is there with the rotation from Chappie. So it's 8-7. So Avalanche flies through on Hesta Joe, but the duel to follow that up onto this Tiny. FNG coming over. Death Pulse follows that up, and the toss on, from FNG, or from Seiyu onto FNG, onto Hesta Joe, if that makes enough sense for you. And the dual breath comes through, and Tiny will end up finally dropping to G as he makes the rotation from over mid. So we're even at 8 for the time being, and the net worth just about even as well. If you look at Miposhka, I believe he's going for this Blink Dagger next to get that Blink Lasso, but you're working against the Legion. So maybe just go Drums instead of the Blink. because the lasso will only do so much, especially against this Legion. And now the Gust comes out into the duel. The damage from Skitter should be enough with Heston Joe. Oh, not in time for the duel damage, but will ultimately end up getting the kill there on a Miposhka. Skitter gets one. Kumin takes out G again over him. But they find this Reaper Scythe coming through on a Kumin. They'll get the kill, and FNG, despite being in the position 5 with this Necro, doing a lot more than it seems like G's doing to this TA. So, Team Spirit grab the first 10 kills there. Flame Break on a G, pushes him back. I believe he's got the lasso, actually puts it on to FNG as he's burning away on a G with Chappie coming over. One more shot will clean up G. Miposhka ends up going down to FNG and G. Fire Blast, multicast, Chappie in a little bit of trouble. The duel comes out. Hesta Joe, he'll grab himself another. With the Gust coming through on a Madden, it'll be 4 kills for the Team Spirit side. Despite a very lackluster start here for the Jakiro, that does not mean the rest of the team is going to be deterred from making this game work. With this Drow lineup, they are sitting 1,000 net worth ahead. So, take a look at the Windrunner going for the Maelstrom. This is 4-position Windrunner going for the Maelstrom. We see this a lot, where Windrunners try to get the Maelstrom and position themselves into being, you know, like a utility core. Could see a Blink Dagger come out afterwards, possibly, which would only set up, you know, how it would only benefit, not only benefit, but it would benefit him in also having the ability to throw out those shackles in the right spots, get that positioning to set up, possibly escape or enter fights here. So if we're going to continue to push, FNG behind him. Meanwhile, Kumin here, with Clarity granting that extra mana, or that mana regen, that extra mana regen, excuse me. Still looking for that Blink Dagger. So 13 to 10, still about even. G finally get the finishing touches off on this tower, and oh boy, double damage here for Kumin. Luckily enough, he doesn't have the Blink Dagger yet. Now he's got the gold for it, so he'd like to blink or like to purchase that and get that to come over very quickly. Maybe use this double damage aggressively. Boots, Chappie coming over in the skeleton walk. As Fire Blast comes out, I'd like to take a look at this. Hesta Joe goes down. FNG as well as Bibber and Skitter are going to be here to try and make something of this as Madden finally falls. FNG uses the Ghost Shroud. Kumin's here. Meld Strike on him, so he's got that minus armor, and the damage is just too much for him to take. Kumin gets himself a kill. It's 2 for 1 so far. Flame Break comes through, hits on a Skitter. They've got this nice 2-man shackle. Now the damage is enough to take on Miposhka. Chappie on the run. Power Shot comes in. They've got traps set up just in case Team Spirit over-exert themselves and move a little bit too far forward. With Tiny here as well as the TA. Trap hits 2. Another trap laid down here by Kumin. As it's just a 1,000 net worth lead here for the side of Team Spirit, continuing to try and work with this Drow lineup. So the smoke comes out. They'll spot Miposhka. Beaver comes in. The Shackle actually doesn't land on the tree, but they'll have the Fire Blast as well as the smoke from the Frost Towers to get that kill. Meanwhile, I believe Hesta Joe possibly looking for a duel here onto Kumin. I'll take this mid-tier 1, so still just sitting here, 1,000 net worth lead. Desolator almost finished for this TA after picking up that blink. And Team Spirit actually head into Roche. All 5 heroes will make their way in. No vision here from the Radiant to spot this. There's 2 sentry wards nearby just in case the Radiant want to come on over, and Dire will possibly have vision of it. The pings do come through. And it's not going to be in time as Roche is taken out and Skitter gets himself the Aegis. So we'll see how they choose to use this Aegis. I think in an aggressive lineup like this, they might even look to fight. Got the Shadow Blade here for the Drow coming through with this Aegis and the Dragon Lance, and then choosing to go to that Manta style next. So Kumin's sitting here about 500 gold away from picking up this Desolator. Oh, the Shackle not onto the right thing. It's actually just Shackle's 2 creeps together. Unfortunate there for Biver as he was really hoping he could find a Shackle there and slow down this Kumin item progression as he sits top of the net worth ahead of this Drow. And ooh, blink, nice duel coming through onto the Ogre. Let's see, they do have Reaper Scythe, but they'll choose to hold it as Hesta Joe, despite not getting the dual damage, will get the kill. And then off camera, Kumin will get the kill onto G for what seems to be the 4th time. Kumin just continuing to work here, and finally we'll have that Desolator coming through. Seiyu taking a lot of quick damage. Skitter gets the kill. Meanwhile, the Gust is through on a Kumin, but they'll get the kill on a Hesta Joe. They've got themselves the lasso coming in on the Skitter, pulling back to the rest of the Empire squad. They'll take out the Aegis. Biver and FNG away and wait, as well as G. Doesn't look like Empire are gonna move forward on this. But they will take out the Aegis. They do get the kill on the Legion Commander. Batrider with this blink. We'll see if he goes 4 staff next. BKB into the MKB here for Kumin as he gets hit with that Shackle. But TA not really being stopped and is sitting top of the net worth at the moment. G taken out again. This time Chappie gets the kill over bottom. As Jakiro really hasn't panned out. He's 4th from last in terms of net worth. Nullifier next tier for Chappie, I believe. And 20-minute bounty runes, quick pick up for Empire on 2. Now Poshka dying off screen as they go for this bottom tier 1. Get this tower. Finally, Blink Tiger picked up for the Windrunner. They've got the dust. Let's see if Biver is able to make up the distance. It doesn't look like he'll come anywhere close. Bloodlust doesn't really care with the movement speed he's got about this dust, so able to just walk away. As Empire finally take themselves a 1,000 net worth lead about 21 minutes into this game. Ooh, Avalanche tossing in the rest of his team. G hit with the Meld Strike. 2 shots and he's dead. Now Hesta Joe gets the duel onto the Tiny, but he's already done his job. The trap slows down FNG. They've got the lasso on Hesta Joe. Another Meld Strike coming in. Hesta Joe sitting really low. Ends up getting taken out. FNG in so much trouble. The Meld Strike again. Double kill here for Kuming. Chappie gets a kill as well. 4 heroes down to the side of Team Spirit. As Empire looks like they might start to run away with this one. Look towards the tier 2. They will take it out, and Clink's trying to work this nullifier. Only 1,500 gold away from that Sacred Relic. G, still looking for this Yule. Let's look at where he is in terms of net worth. Only 200 gold in front of this position for Tiny, and a full 900 behind the Bat Rider. Empire have overcome this Drow strat, and there's no looking back at the moment. And they find the duel coming through. Hesta Joe gets the kill on a Madden. Hesta Joe now sitting here with 38 duel damage. And Blink Avalanche with the toss. FNG Go Trout with the death pulse. He'll end up keeping himself healthy, but the trap comes in with the Meld Strike hitting, and he's going to die in 4 shots. The Reaper Scythe comes in, not going to do nearly enough damage to kill off Kumin. Flame Break pushes Hesta Joe away with press the attack. Use Kumin. That's the lasso coming in from Maposhka, so Chappie and Kumin are able to rip into the body of Hesta Joe and turn him into a pool of blood there as he's been lassoed up by that Bat Rider. So 6,000 net worth lead for Empire. Waiting on this Roche to come back up. His Force Staff is next here for the Bat Rider. Kumin sitting here with the Deso, and then going into the MKB. He's also got the BKB ready. So Blink Dagger here for the Tiny. Blink Avalanche, and Chappie just has the damage to take out Skitter. Regen picked up here by Maposhka. No drought for 35 seconds. Nullifier finished for Chappie. He is second on the net worth, 2,000 behind the TA, but he is so farmed just 24 minutes into the game as they are sitting 8,000 net worth ahead. The Shackle comes through on Akuman, as well as the duel. Is it going to be enough to get this kill? It will be. He ends up dying, but Chappie comes in, and he's going to rip through this dire side. FNG now with the Ghost Shroud, as well as the heal once again. The Macro Pyre making a little bit of distance between him and the Jakiro, but the lasso comes through, locks in G. Could be a full team wipe after all is said and done. The Ice Path, but it's not enough. The toss is there from the Tiny, and they'll end up killing G. And Drought finally coming back up, but this is a full team wipe for Empire despite losing Kumin mid. $10,000 net worth from Empire. And this is an early game Drow lineup that is just not working. They ended up trying to go with the Jakiro mid against his TA, but that did not work out. Ended up 2 levels behind. A great start for the TA. Got a little shaky towards the 10, 11, 12 minute mark, but Empire surely brought that back, and they're now up 11,000 net worth. Game's not over till the Ancient falls, or you call GG. So, Team Spirit, they still have a shot in this game. Got Drow third on the net worth, 2,000 behind both the Clinks and the TA. And then behind that is the Windrunner. If they can find some time and find some farm, maybe things get better, but it's tough when Chappie can just push like that. Esther Joe not moving, hit by this lasso. Force staff forward with the avalanche coming through. Meanwhile, Chappie gets the kill on the Windrunner. They'll take out Seiyu. And another 2 kills here for the side of Empire. They go. We go to this overhead view to watch Empire take yet another Aegis. Bloodthorn next for the TA, no surprise. Blink on towards the mid lane. Not going to find anybody though, and I mean, what do you do if your Team Spirit, you almost just already missed your window? You were an early game lineup and there's nothing you can do at this point. Mid-game, you're getting beat by just about 20k. So there they go. They look to go to the high ground. Beaver trying with that shackle, not going to find an answer there. They go for the tier 3. Nice path laid down, trying to make a move as Drow's taking the tier 2 over bottom, but they don't really care about a tier 2. Beaver going to get multi-casted up heavily, and he goes down, immediately buying back.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
On tier 3 ends up getting attacked a little bit, but it's just such a lead, and really, Spirit, everything they throw is just seemingly not enough. They have to like focus 5-on-1 and then work from there. Windrunner almost has this Maelstrom. Actually went Blink before the Maelstrom. I didn't even realize that. Chappie going for the Lincolns as he's got Diffusal Null Fire. Moving out real fast here to try and get this tier 3. The lasso comes out, but there's press the attack to keep Biver alive, who had just popped back in the last engagement. Firefly is used, and FNG moving forward. There's the Ghost Shroud with the Yules, Macropyre, Ice Path, but nice blink from Kuman. Empire ready to siege once again as they take this tier 3. We'll see if they dive the racks. Shackle comes through, not going to latch onto anything, and G taking a little bit of damage from Seiyu. FNG into the Ghost Shroud as Ignite is thrown out from Madden, as well as a tree coming in from Seiyu. But Empire not leaving. Still sticking in this jungle. They haven't left just yet. And they'll go for this top shrine after taking the tier 3. So it doesn't matter how slow it is. But Empire will eventually siege this high ground, go for the racks. They force out the glyph. Blink forward, shackle onto Kumin. Macropyre is laid down as well as the Ice Path. Kumin, okay for now. He still does have that Aegis with the urn put on top of him. As the trap comes out onto Skitter, the damage from Chappie is heavy with the Nullifier coming through. They'll get the kill. The last is going to hit onto Hesta Joe. There's no one to purge it with press the attack because he's the one who's been lassoed. But the Reaper Scythe comes through. Chappie's dead for 120 seconds. No buyback. They lose Madden. 2 heroes dead. FNG falls to Kumin. Seiyu forced back. And now Miposhka shackled up and in a lot of trouble. The Ice Path laid down. Power Shot spots Kumin. It's just the Tiny and the TA now. But they'll take out Hesta Joe. That Reaper Scythe with no buyback available for the Clinks puts him out of the game for 2 minutes. Man. And the tier 3's gone bottom. So Spirit still have a chance in this game. They're able to put everything together. But still down 17,000 net worth, so it is quite far away as, whew, we were getting 2-shot there with the Bloodthorn onto this Windrunner. Disgusting, but Blade Mail comes through with the duel. We'll get the kill on Kumin. Hesta Joe gets it, and now the TA is dead for 92 seconds all of a sudden. Definitely an opportunity for Spirit to farm, if not push a tier 2 here. So 6 seconds until Chappie's back up. They've got Reaper Scythe available now, as well as the duel in 8. They don't end up getting a tier 2 out of this, but they'll take the shrine. They took the tier 3 bottom. G with the halberd going into the Shivas. FNG and Hesta Joe have buyback here for Team Spirit. Could be enough. As Necro behind his by 400 gold. Behind his G is 200 gold. Here comes the smoke coming out from Empire. Towards top, there's the smoke with the ward placed down. Spots G. Miposhka thinking about blinking in. He doesn't know what's behind him though, so he can't overcommit. Clearing out these trees. What's this Roche timer gonna be? Pretty quick. I believe that's going down in about 30 seconds. Roche will be back up. Maybe a little bit more than that. But Gem here for the Bat Rider, 17,000 net worth. With all this time so far, I mean, Team Spirit are able to just continue to farm their way to stay in this game. Crimson Guard next here for the Ogre. Let's see, 7 seconds on the tree grab here for the Tiny as they are very far ahead. They should be getting their next talents way before Team Spirit. Skitter actually almost level 20. Scan comes through from the Radiant. They start to move over. They are smoked up. They've got the Firefly used. FNG in a little bit of trouble. They'll blink in. They'll get the duel. BKB is going to be popped by Kumin. They'll get the kill on against the Joe. They lose Seiyu. He's going to buy back. Now the lasso comes through. But is it going to be enough? Dual Breath hits on Maposhka as well as the power shot. Now the Reaper Scythe to clean him up for 190. Ice Path just landing on a Chappie. The damage from Skinner is heavy, but it's not enough just yet. FNG, he'll buy back. They still without Hesta Joe for 35 seconds. They look over to get this kill on a G. They'll lose Madden. Now coming back is going to be Seiyu with the toss all the way over back to the side of Empire. They'll get themselves a third. Necro did buy back, but it's not going to do anything in this engagement. Buyback comes out from the Tiny, buyback from the Necro. Necro doesn't really do anything. It ends up being gold favor towards Team Spirit, but this now just turns into Roche for Empire. A real quick one at that. So, Jim here, as well as the Nullifier Diffusal Lincolns. Going into the Scotty next is Chappie. Using this strafe to just cut away at this tier, at this shrine. This tier shrine. Team Spirit, really all they can do is just sit back. They don't want to take a fight into the Roche, into the Aegis. At least considering where they're at, fighting into the Aegis is just asking for a defeat. To see how Team Spirit try to progress, because they've shown that they do have damage. Just a matter of getting it onto the Empire side. As Empire smoking up close, they'll place down this ward, immediately spotted by the sentry placed back by this Dire side, and they know that the Radiant are near. Just setting up over bottom as this slow siege starts for Empire. Buyback for Team Spirit is their 3 cores plus Windrunner. Trying to force Spirit in to go past their tier 3. But they haven't gotten anybody to overstep just yet. They do have the Aegis. They could definitely look to make a move here and finish the game. Chappie heads up towards top. And now here with the Lincolns popped as this Shackle comes through. They've got the Reaper Scythe, and they will get the duel win. Dead for 100 seconds is this Clinks. For some reason, Kumin off by himself, and Team Spirit completely take advantage. The question is, can they force the buyback out from Team Empire? Now you're only working with the TA, and I don't know if that's enough. Chappie getting caught out. Kumin here on the TA. don't want to buy back if you're Quinks. Losing a fight after buyback could just cost you the game. However, Radiant side are going to keep this completely pressured out. They want to make sure that Team Spirit really have nowhere to farm. They don't feel comfortable farming. These creep waves are constantly pushing in on the towers. Slow them down from farming as much as you can. Try to make sure that Team Spirit have no way back into this. I mean, it's now turned into a 23,000 net worth lead. You've got yourself back the Quinks. And actually, they let the Aegis expire. Coming out, as well as the Ice Path, but BKB is going to be popped. Kumin cleaning up Biver. And now they look for more as FNG getting chased with the Nullifier coming out. No chance he's able to survive. He's actually dead for 100 seconds. The buyback immediately from Biver. There's the Ice Path laid down with the Lincolns popped on Chappie. There's the toss, but it puts G into harm's way. And he is not happy about that as he ends up getting killed off Seiyu with the perfect move there. They immediately buyback on G. Well, let's see what they can find. The lasso comes through onto Skitter, as well as the power shot hitting onto Empire, but really nothing to follow that up. They lose Skitter. It looks like they're going to lose more in Hesta Joe. He could buy back. They're going to lose G for the second time here. He's dead for 110 seconds, as is Biver. So it's a 2v5 at the moment. 2v4, excuse me, losing Madden. Hesta Joe looking for the duel, and oh boy. Hesta Joe forced all the way back. The Flame Break comes in. They can't exactly go in with the TA just yet. Or they can, and they're just going to let him die. But he'll buy back, and still just about a 30,000 net worth lead. Now they'll move over for the last tier 3, the last set of racks. They'll have the Necro back up, but it's going to be now against Mega Creeps. 11 seconds till Empire has everybody here. They'll look for the duel on Akuma with the Blade Mail pop. Skitter on the side with the nice Reaper Scythe. 170 seconds! Hesta Joe getting burned to death here by Maposhka. FNG might be the next one to fall thanks to Chappie. Tiny goes down. He's dead for 120, but he's got buyback. They'll buyback on the Necro. They look for Hesta Joe burning away. One more shot. Chappie's there just in case. Kumin gets the kill. Chappie searching. TP's over. Manning gonna hit him up with the Bloodlust. Actually missing the Gust. They'll find this Dust. Chappie on the run, but the stun comes out from Madden onto Biver, trying to turn it, gets the Hex off as well as the Nullifier. Biver in a lot of trouble, but he's invis for now. Skitter running away as Biver finally dies for the second time, and now they'll take out Skitter. He's dead for 2 minutes. They look over at FNG. It's Madden on the run, as they had taken out Chappie, and he's forced to buy back. Coming around, looking for FNG. The TP attempt, but no, not going to be able to make it out. There's another kill there for Chappie, and Madden taken out by G, but Tiny DCs as this TA. And that is it. It's Team Spirit called GG. So, Empire takeover on an early game lineup coming out from Spirit, and it never really got off the ground. They threw the Jakiro mid, and from there they just weren't able to do anything. And I mean, once you're unable to get off the ground as a Drow lineup, it seems like you're gonna struggle, especially with how far behind they got on the TA. TA was able to just overwhelm the map with the rest of the team. I mean, they had a Klinks who was mobile as well. And at that point, I just don't know what you're doing if you're the side of Team Spirit, except extending the inevitable. So, I mean, that's me talking. That's me talking with my second personality. That's one of my personalities. That's my second one. We'll throw it back over to the panel to talk about this game.